Hey, welcome to Digging into the Bible. My name is Jim Barnard. This is a production of Tiller Coaching. All right, it's day 45. Thanks for joining me. We are wrapping up Matthew chapter 16 today, and there is a clear shift in this gospel that happens in today's reading. And going forward, things are just going to be different. And so I just want to point that out. I want to call that shot right now. So be watching for that. With that, let's go ahead and dig into Matthew chapter 16, starting at verse 13. Now, when Jesus came into the district of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" And they said, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter replied, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus answered him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I tell you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." Then he strictly charged the disciples to tell no one that he was the Christ. From that time, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes and be killed, and on the third day be raised. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, "Far be it from you, Lord, this shall never happen to you." But he turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a hindrance to me, for you are not setting your mind on the things of God, but on the things of man." Then Jesus told his disciples, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life would lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? For the Son of Man is going to come with his angels in the glory of his Father, and then he will repay each person according to what he has done. Truly I say to you, there are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." All right, there's so much to cover here. Let's just start with Peter, man. This is the second straight time that we're seeing Peter, start off so strong. You are the Christ. You are the Son of God. No doubt about it. I'm starting off strong. And then Peter just goes from there and then just kind of peters out. Oh my gosh. Is that where Peter's out comes from? For real, that just hit me. That might be I just discovered something. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited right now. Yeah. Okay. So he peters out and has the kind of this epic falling out with Jesus, that he needs to be saved by Jesus because of he's kind of drowning here. And so it's really amazing. I want to point out a few verses here. Verse 20 says that Jesus, he strictly charged the disciples to tell no one that he was the Christ. You've heard that several times in this gospel. Almost every time he did a healing, he was like, "Shh, don't tell anyone." And of course, they run right off and tell someone, I can't keep this a secret any longer. Something amazing just happened to me. But Jesus has been trying to slow the roll on the cross coming. He wants his ministry to last as long as possible. And so he's saying it one last time here. You will not hear that anymore in this gospel. He will do more healing, but never again say, "Don't tell anyone." Then look at the next verse, 21. From that time, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised. Jesus has been hinting at this and talking about this. The third section here, Jesus is talking about carrying your cross. This is absolute foreshadowing, and it's the strongest foreshadowing of the cross so far. Remember back in chapter 10, Jesus talked about carrying your cross and following him. And it was kind of a murky calling of his shot, but Jesus is calling his shot here. He is beginning to be very explicit about what is about to happen. In fact, there are going to be 2 more times in the next few days that he is extremely explicit about what's going to happen. It makes me think, this is such a dumb analogy, but I remember this like McDonald's commercial back in the 80s with Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, and they're like up in the rafters of the United Center, and they're playing an epic game of horse, and they're like, I'm going to shoot over the rafters, off the scoreboard, off the bull logo in the center of the court, and nothing but net. And of course, Michael Jordan can call his shot and make it every time, right? And Jesus is calling his shot. Like, it's so explicit. Like, there is no doubt that he knows what's happening. He's been knowing what's happening all the time, but now he's finally released to talk about it because it's on, like Donkey Kong. So, man, I'm way over time, so I'm just going to end there. But watch over the next few days. There's going to be a significant shift that's happening. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you tomorrow as we start Matthew chapter 17. See you then.